guys, it's Anne. Welcome to my home worm harvesting channel. If you're looking for a friendly, helpful vermiculture community, you are in the right place. Today it's harvest day for the Vermibag. I hope to get about 5 gallons of vermicompost. It's been months since I've done this, so I don't know why I procrastinate. It only takes like 5 minutes and it's super easy. In theory, if we go by the book, I should be doing this every month. Last time that we were in this bin, we were building it up so that we could have a stable core, and that is, I'm hoping, what we are going to have. I'm seeing quite a bit of unfinished stuff in here in the way of mango pits and possibly a stem from broccoli or something. But the way this works is I am going to keep scraping away with the claw or my hand here until I get above this zipper. And then hopefully that means that I will not hurt the, I don't know if you want to call it a wedge or a plug or whatever it is. Make sure that that doesn't fall down. And that wedge is generally made up of partially decomposed or, processed vermicompost that is moist and stays nice and tight in this part of the bag. So I think if you go too far, then you end up having a big issue where everything falls out, and you don't want that. All right, well, that's good enough for this side. Let me flip you over and we will clean out the other side. Okay, here we are on the other side. And the way that this stand is made is that it will hold a mortar tray, and that mortar tray can pivot between the left and the right side of the Vermibag Little Mammoth. I think if you have just a regular mammoth, you just need one, side. You don't have one side. There is just one opening, not two like you have here with the Little Mammoth. It is bigger than the other kind. But I wanted something that was a good size worm bin so that I could increase the amount of compost that I make and also the population of my African night crawlers. Since they do have the potential to be bigger worms, I wanted to make sure they had space should they ever decide to use it. Now in my case, my worms stay small for whatever reason. Now you see the compost that's coming out of here is still pretty wet. It'll have to dry before I can sift it, but there is some big things in here. And one of the reasons why we're gonna bang on this when I zip it up is for this reason. If you get air pockets in there, it will dry out completely. Obviously, this is gonna have to get re-moistened living with the other castings, but that's why you wanna make sure that you don't have any air pockets and you bang on this and get everything to come all the way down to where this zipper is. Otherwise, you'll have air pockets and that will not make for a productive system. So we're gonna zip this up here and then we're gonna turn it into a punching bag. 4 years later, these zippers are as good as they were on day one, in case you were wondering. All right, now we do a little punching. And if this doesn't do it, I will get it with a broom handle when I'm on the top side. Okay, let's see you on the top side. Okay, here we are back up at the top. Start looking at all of the inputs that we did last time. We put in about 7 gallons of bedding, and then also a couple gallons of food. So it looks like some of the gourds are definitely breaking down, but other ones look like they're still pretty fresh, which is probably why the worms went through as much bedding as they did. My person with the hemp brought another sample in for me, and I don't know why, but it smells like mint to me. I don't know if I have a cold or what. I don't know enough about it to be dangerous. But but it looks like everything is settling down to the bottom pretty good. I'm not exactly tall enough to do this all. It was kind of an oversight when I made the bin, made the stand. I didn't take into account how much the wheels were going to elevate it, which is why I didn't end up putting the wheels on the other one until I have a chance to edit that. So here we are looking in on the packing blanket. Very good. Looks like oh, there we go. Yeah, they're kind of sprouting on the inside there. No worms, so it must be just the bacteria that got in there. Yeah, they're not a very fleshy thing like pumpkin. Oh, that's kind of cool. So I don't think the worms are gonna like it quite as much. Now, just for the sake of making sure that I get everything knocked down properly, I am gonna stick in the broom handle and make sure that there's no pockets, because I did have that one little piece that was not settled previously. But we're looking good here. I think this is a good base. It went down by about 5 inches. So this is right where we want to be. So today's feeding is going to be like Christmas for the worms. They are going to get a lot of pumpkin and a lot of bedding again. This was a sizable pumpkin, but these guys are going to need to be well fed for about 4 weeks. So I am erring on the side of a lot. This is such a big system. If it does heat up, the worms can absolutely move away from it. I don't think we have any archival pumpkin stems in here, so let's put that in there. And one more piece right there. That is a huge feeding, but if you don't have a bin that's this large or this old, absolutely do not give them this much food, or else, you know, you're going to heat up, you're probably going to have problems, worms could die. So if this was a brand new bin and I just started it like a month ago, I would probably give them one of these and see how long it takes for them to finish it. Once I know that number, then the next time, maybe I give them 2. And it all depends on the food. You'll have to learn that for yourself, what your worms do with what kinds of food. This has been frozen. Same pumpkin, but this part did not get frozen. So we'll see. This should go at the speed of light, whereas this may take a little bit longer. So that is what you need to be your guidepost. There are no hard, fast rules as to how much food. It depends on what kind of worms, how established your bin is, if you have all the right bin critters and biology. And in this bin, I do. So I'm gonna just kind of sprinkle this up over here. Now this is prepared bedding I'm gonna put on top of here, and it has been sitting for about a week. And it's a lot of colored paper. So you'll see that, everybody's gonna freak out. Check the comments below for the people freaking out. It's fine, this is just regular watercolor paper and will not be a problem for the worms. It is also very, very wet so that none of the bugs can get in on the pumpkin. And also if there's any dry parts down there from when we harvested, then this should get everything damp again. There's also the equivalent of about a dozen eggs worth of shells in here mixed in with the bedding. So that should help them be on their way as well. So there we are, filled all the way back up to the top again. This will settle, of course, all the air pockets that I made from stabbing it with the broom handle and the food and everything. This will settle again another 3 or 4 inches before we come in here again. Okay, so if you want to see a video about how I make the bedding, I will put a video right over here. And if you've already seen that, YouTube thinks you're going to like this video over here. And of course, if you want to see the whole playlist of the Vermibag Little Mammoth and the African night crawlers, I have a playlist right down there. All right, guys, thanks for hanging out with me and my worms, and everybody, have a good day.